know what this wisdom looks like, how can we walk in it? This wisdom goes against modern culture to the point where if we are wise in how we're walking, God almost guarantees us success. Now, I want us to continue to understand where we are in the text. Ephesians, the 5th chapter, is where we have been for this entirety. And as we continue in this text, he's now finna show us how to re-establish. I want y'all to hear that word, re-establish the home. Something Trey was saying to me earlier resonated. He said, man, I woke up and God was speaking to me about all the things that we have been talking about before now gets us to this point so that we can be wise and starting all over again. Wise in establishing what God wants us to have. And he says from chapter number 1 all the way up to chapter number 5, it was a prelude to get our minds in a place of obedience to what God is trying to give us in this particular moment. Away from this worldly culture on how so many people are trying to disparage and erase the institution of marriage. Somebody asked me, say, man, you speak so highly of this quote unquote institution. What does that mean? That when you go to a school of learning, you go through it with the anticipation of learning what you don't know already. Marriage is an institution that teaches you how to love one another as Christ so loved the church. We have a problem with love. We do. Not in the world, because the world has identified itself as being loveless. The problem with love is within the Christian community. Everybody has to look like us. We've been in church 20 years. Everybody's supposed to know church coming in. Everybody's supposed to be this person and walk like this and talk like this and don't do this and don't do that, or they're not a part of the church. Who says it? Because in Ephesians, I'm teaching Christians how to walk in wisdom. I'm not worried about the 80% of Ephesus that does not. I'm worried about the 20% that claim they do. Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's tight, but it's